Welcome to Pour the Wine. It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Gary.
And we are in a new year.
2026.
2026 is here. We are past the holidays.
Yes, we are.
We're officially done celebrating all the holidays now.
With all the kids. Finally. We got them all done.
We did. Check, and check, I think. And now we just have to take down our decorations. They are still up.
Yes, they are. Inside and outside.
And outside. Not only are they up outside, but they are lit up outside lit up. Still.
That's right. Even our little countdown sign that says 00.
Yeah, no more days. Too bad it doesn't do like 365 days. That would be cool.
I wish they would.
What does it start at? I think like 60?
I think, it's 60.
Right? We have one of those
days.
countdown till Santa comes.
Mm-hmm.
We should make one that's like 365 because we would leave that out all year long.
Year round. I'd hang it from the
100%.
rooftop. I'd put it on the rooftop. There you go. But
I don't know. When do you think we'll take them down? Probably this weekend?
Probably this weekend, but we're still in the running for the last house to do it. So.
Oh, is that what we're going for? Some award in our neighborhood?
We're winning it this year.
Last house standing with Christmas lights. I'm for it. Let's do it.
I'm for it 100%. I kind of like our street because we had the most houses that were decorated. So it was fun.
We do. We have a pretty cool street. We have great neighbors. Yep. And we have a cool street, and a lot of our neighbors still have their stuff up.
Yes, they do.
And we're not sad about it.
Not one tear is dropping.
Not one. Not a single one. No. Shall we get to what we're going to be discussing?
Let's do it.
All right. Today we're going to be reviewing the very first winter escape movie of 2026, Lost in Paradise. It originally aired on the Hallmark Channel on Saturday, January 3rd. You can find it streaming right now on Hallmark Plus.
Yes, you can. And before I get into my little monologue thing, our 1 year
your little ditty.
Our 1 year podcast anniversary is coming up.
It is coming up.
Who did we start with? What was our first podcast?
We reviewed An Unexpected Valentine starring Lacey Chabert. And who stars in Lost in Paradise?
Lacey Chabert.
Lacey Chabert. It's pretty cool,
huh? The
huh?
first in 2025 and the first in 2026.
That is correct.
All right. Well, we love it if you click that follow button on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss an episode. If you listen on Apple or Spotify, you can also leave us a review. And truthfully, we hope it's a positive review.
Truthfully, of course we hope it's a positive review.
And you can also find us now on YouTube and all social media.
All the socials. Or you can send us an email to pourthewineitsrom.bsky.social@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts about the Countdown to Christmas movies, which we're fresh off of.
Yes.
And or anything Hallmark related. We are in January. We're in a new year. We want to hear what you're doing. Are you planning on watching the winter escape movies? Maybe you're somewhere where it's freezing cold and you do want to escape to somewhere warm. Yeah. I know we do, although it's like 60 degrees here today. But
I know.
Kind of a bummer in the middle like in January. Yeah.
And next week we'll have like 2 feet of snow or something.
Well, I hope so. Let's get a good snowstorm this year. I'm for it.
In the middle of the week, right? That takes us into the weekend.
Yes, that would be lovely. As long as everyone was safe, we like it safe. But
of course.
We do like a good snowstorm every once in a while.
Only 1 or 2. After that, I'm done with this.
It gets to be too much, yeah.
So, you want to tell us who's in this one?
Sure. We just mentioned Lacey Chabert plays Sofia. This is Lacey's 44th Hallmark movie. In 2025, we saw her in 3 movies. She's Making a List, Haul Out the Halloween, and An Unexpected Valentine. Mm-hmm. Just a few of her 44, or I guess 43 other films include The Christmas Quest, His and Hers, A Merry Scottish Christmas, the Haul Out movies, the Wedding Veil movies, and Winter in Vale. Wow. Ian Harding plays Max. For Hallmark, Ian starred in The Magic of Lemon Drops, which is adorable.
Yes, it was.
We enjoyed that. He also appeared in the series Holidazed, which we would highly recommend you go watch.
Binge
And
that
he
one.
is in one of our fave Hallmark movies, Ghosts of Christmas Always.
Oh.
He also stars in the 2025 Netflix series Ripple. It was originally Hallmark bound, but then ended up on Netflix.
Another good series.
Yeah, that's a really, really good. A little bit more on the serious side.
Right. Well, it's Netflix,
When you say,
right?
but yeah, but really, really well done. James Trevina plays Julian. Lauren Gibson plays Miranda. Sean Miguel Perez plays Lance. Paul Hughes is Mario. And T-Rex, the dog, plays Gianni.
Gianni and no animals.
I love that T-Rex. T-Rex
were
is the
hurt
dog.
in the
That's
making of
Sophia
this
/
film.
Lacey Chabert's dog. Huh?
I said, no animals were hurt in the
No
filming
animals
of-
were
at the
harmed in the
making of this
filming
video.
of this
Or
movie.
Well, Lost in Paradise was directed by Dustin Riker. Dustin has directed several of Hallmark films, including 2 Countdown to Christmas movies in 2025. One was A Newport Christmas, which we really, really loved.
We
and
really enjoyed that,
Holiday
yeah.
Touchdown, A Bill's Love Story. A few of his other works include The Christmas Quest, A Finish Line, A Merry Scottish Christmas, that's my people,
Your people.
Where Are You Christmas, Next Stop Christmas, Sweet Pecan. Oh, I was going to say pecan, but it's pecan. That's
I
the
mean,
way
however
say
you
it.
want to say it. I don't know. I don't know what the
Sweet Pecan.
correct
Summer
pronunciation
and
is.
2 Tickets to Paradise. Pecan.
all great movies. You know, every time we talk about these, even when we're talking about the stars of the films or
Right.
the directors or the writers, I mean, every time you name something, I'm like, we loved that. We loved the Haul Out the movie. We loved the Christmas Quest. We loved, so it's just, and A Merry Scottish Christmas, of course, your
I
people.
love that one. Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah.
The writers in Lost in Paradise, Stephanie Jackson and Zach Lewis. Stephanie has written a few Hallmark films, Christmas Above the Clouds, Trivia St. Nick's, Christmas in Tahoe, and Sweet Pecan Summer. There's that Pecan Summer again. This is Zach's third writing credit for Hallmark. He co-wrote Christmas in Tahoe and Sweet Pecan Summer with Stephanie. Don't you just
Very
love
cool.
how they collaborate with each other?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
it's cool.
Well, when you find someone you work well with,
Right.
I would imagine that relationship,
Yeah.
is great, especially in writing. You
Mm-hmm.
can bounce stuff off of one another, and yeah.
I think so. And they do a good job. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you want to get into what did you think about this?
You want me to drop the synopsis first,
Oh, my
or
goodness. Do I do this every time or what?
not every time? Not every time, to be fair.
Yes, let's drop the synopsis. Oh,
All
my
right.
goodness.
When the founder of a high-end fashion company gets marooned on a deserted,
Dessert.
in quotes, like a desert island with a chef, romance blossoms as they work together to survive.
Man, what do you think? Would you be able to survive?
Oh, I would survive. I don't think I'd be very happy, but I would survive. I might not be, real thrilled.
Yeah, we don't even camp. We glamp, but we don't camp.
We glamp, but we don't camp. Yeah.
So, what did you think?
What did I think? We might give away some spoilers.
Oh, that's right. This
So
is the
before-
part of- yeah, we might.
Before we get into it, we need to say, if you haven't watched it,
Yes.
press
please.
pause on our
Please,
podcast,
please,
go
please.
watch it, and come back and listen, or listen to the rest of the podcast, and then go watch it.
Yes.
Either way works.
And tell us what you think.
Okay.
All right, now let's get into it.
Now, are you ready? Boy, you're off your game tonight, aren't you?
Oh, I know. Well, going back to work and everything is just.
I
throwing me
know.
off.
Everything's kind of in
But
disarray.
I'll get back in there. I'll get back in the game. So, what did you think?
I think that this was a surprise, but a surprise in the best way.
Right.
I mean, obviously, we were expecting the whole stranded on the island. They're going to fall in love. They're probably going to have a little bit of chaos and, and finding food and shelter and all of that stuff.
Water.
But what I wasn't expecting was like the adventure of it, I mean, my heart was racing a little tiny bit, for like a Hallmark version of it. I was like, oh, are they going to get out of that? I mean, I really had those thoughts in this, and it was just, I thought it was really fun. You have pirates and the jet ski and the Tarzan swing, as I call it. And they didn't
Right.
call it that.
Yeah.
And I thought Lacey and Ian's, their chemistry was so easy, so effortless, and I really loved.
Was.
Yes, and how they built it up over the movie in such clever ways, like, when they had to use her clothes for things or trying to light the fire, like the relationship sort of built up. It wasn't like they looked at each other and fell in love instantly. It was sort of, and the things they talked about. I just thought that the writers did such a good job of developing their relationship in the midst of trying to survive on an island and running from pirates and, making sure you were able to eat and build a shelter. And I really enjoyed it. And give me more Ian Harding on Hallmark, please and thank you. He is just so good.
He
so
delivers
good.
his lines. And,
Yes.
And Lacey Chabert, oh my gosh. It was perfection.
What'd you think? Perfection. Okay.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I love the fact that it was an island, and no one died when they crash land.
Well,
So
it's Hallmark.
I know.
I didn't think anybody was going to die.
But and to make it more interesting, on the other side of the island, it's actually a resort area, right? So that made it fun, and you don't know that. So you, like you said, there's swinging from vines. There's afraid to go in the jungle, but you have to because Gianni, he took off.
Yeah.
He's like, bye.
But he ran off.
And then you got they come across a camp, and then Ian, he actually thinks it's real. It's a pirate camp. And Lacey, she's over there jumping up and down, going, "Hey!" as they're walking down the beach, and he's like, we might have to run. We might have to run." And the chase begins, and after that, it was just so much fun, so much action.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about it is, you have these two, she owns a fashion company, right? But she's she gives great advice, but she's struggling to actually follow her own advice. And then you have Ian, who tried to pop up restaurant. It was going well, but he didn't have the kind of the business side of it, and it failed. But he too would give good advice, but he was afraid to follow his own advice. And now they land, on an island, and they have to work with each other. And how good was it that they constantly complimented each other.
Yes.
As the movie went on. So, yes, I really enjoyed it. Sorry I rambled.
Tell me how you really feel about it.
And who doesn't love T-Rex?
Do we need to talk about favorite scenes? I think you pretty much named.
All right, let's get into some.
Who doesn't love what did you just say? Who doesn't love
T-Rex?
I know, Gianni. Oh my gosh. Well, we were saying, it was funny because while we were watching it, we were saying our dog is she's so skittish. She's a golden doodle, right? And just her own shadow scares her. And she just loves people. She's never met a stranger, but she would never run off. She might go and sniff, but then she'd be like, "Nope, you ain't. I am not going in that jungle by myself."
She'd be at one
That's
of our
one thing we wouldn't
all the time.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to worry about that with her.
Nope.
She might be a problem in other ways, but running off would not be one of them, luckily. So
it was good. It was good.
All right, let's get into favorite scenes. What was one of your favorite scenes?
I would have to say when so his friend Julian asked him, he kind of convinced him to go on this flight to, what was it, Fiji, to meet this investor to invest in his food company or his restaurant.
Right.
And so, he had to convince Max that, it's going to be great. He's going to invest and this is going to be a good time. So when he shows up to the plane, Julian is like, hey, you got to put on this flight attendant suit.
He doesn't know it's a flight attendant suit. He just says, "Here, you have to put this on."
Right, and he's like, "Wait, what's going on?" And then when he finds out what it is and what he has to do, he's just like, seriously. That was one of my favorite scenes. Yeah,
and on top of that, to add to that though, exactly what you talked about. Then when he's on the plane, Max is the character name, correct?
Right, Max.
Right. Okay, so when Max is on the plane and he's got his flight attendant suit on and he's so tall, like the ceiling is here and he's got to like tilt his head, which is so funny to me. And he just keeps a straight face and he's talking to Julian, his friend who has gotten him on this plane. And he's kind of like, I mean, it's just the fact that he was too tall for the plane and he's tilting his head. That whole scene, right, from when Julian gives him the outfit and he gets on the plane, he looks down, he sees, what does it say, flight attendant on his pin or whatever, and he's like, okay, this is cool, So yeah, I agree. That was a pretty cool scene. We didn't talk about the meet cute.
Oh yeah, let's talk about
which will kind of be right after this scene, right?
Yes. So go ahead.
The favorite scene.
Did you like it?
I thought it was great. I thought it was really, really cute. The meet cute was cute. I thought it worked in the moment. She's this, well, like you said, she's the CEO of this
fashion company.
Yeah, a fashion company, and she's getting out of her car, and she's like, dressed really classy, and she's got the dog in one hand and her sunglasses on, and it's a very Devil Wears Prada moment, right? Like Meryl Streep, only. And you think she's not going to be nice, and and Max and Julian are kind of looking at her, and Julian's like, "That's Sofia. Don't you know who she is?" And and of course Max is like, "No, I don't have any idea." And he's like, "Don't you have what does he say? Don't you have social media?" And he's like, "No." So he has no idea who she is, and but then when they go to meet her, what I think is so, and then I think Max says something like, what is she, fleeing the country? Because she's got like 10 bags or whatever, she's got all these clothes. And, it was really cute. And then he meets her. And what I love about it is that she's not, mean.
Right.
She's nice and kind, but when she first gets out of the car, it's like the very opening scene when she gets off the elevator, you think she's not going to be nice. Like she's going to be this, Devil Wears Prada, Meryl Streep, mean kind of boss, female boss. And she's not. She's really kind. And I think he kind of senses that right away, with her. So, I thought it was great. I thought it worked. The only part I didn't like was the green screen.
I know. I mean, come on.
But other than that, I thought what did you think of the meet cute?
I was going to say the exact same thing. When she came out of the limo or the SUV, she had
I guess it was an SUV. Yeah, if I said
the
limo,
music was it was making the moment, and she has the dog in one arm. It kind of reminded me. You said Devil Wears Prada, but it kind of reminded me of Paris Hilton with the dog.
Oh yeah,
and then the hair's flowing and Ian and Julian, or Max and Julian, are on the plane, and they're kind of ducking around the corner looking at her. And when he went down to talk to her, she didn't look down on him. She didn't think she was better than him. No. And it was funny when he said, is she fleeing the country? And at first, I had forgotten that it was her line, her clothing line. I was thinking, man, she brings a lot, to travel.
Right. I didn't think about that till she mentioned it later.
Right. Because
there were her,
wow.
Right.
I mean, she's got a lot of clothes. But that whole exchange, it was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah. All right. Now.
Another favorite scene
well,
for you?
Was the meet cute, but you need a favorite scene. So.
Oh, I didn't do one yet. Well, I kind of bounced off of your first one. I kind of went into when he's on the plane, he's tilting his head. Mm-hmm. Another one is when he's trying to light a fire. So the plane crashes, big shock, right? They all survive. Another big shock, Yeah. Because it is called Lost in Paradise. So he and Sofia, Max and Sofia Max is trying to light a fire and he's really working it, right? He's a chef, he's like, I got this, I can do this, no problem. And so he's really, trying to work it for a little bit. And then she's like, oh, I'll be right back. And she goes and gets a magnifying glass out of her luggage, right? And uses, what does she pull out? To light on fire. Was there something that she pulled out too?
No.
But she uses the magnifying glass and and the sun, right, to do a reflection and it catches on fire and he's like, did you know you had that? You know, and she's like, and he's like, you were just going to let me struggle, weren't you? I mean, he's so good in his line delivery. I just thought that was really a super cute scene. And just a great, and she's kind of like, well, I just remembered it, you know, I thought it was in there. So she went and she got it. And she's like, what'd she say? Like Girl Scouts came in handy or, you know, something like that. So I thought it was just a fun, cute scene. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites too. And the fact that, you know, he's like, I'm a chef, you know, fire is my favorite friend, right?
Yeah. He's acting all, you know,
struggling, trying to rub
cocky about it a little bit cocky, you know.
But
that's what I love about Ian Harding too, just his delivery of those particular, you know, lines and everything I thought really worked. So
another one of mine is when I love the banter between both of them. And when they finally did go into the jungle, you know, she takes off because they want to get to the top, right? And he goes, oh, it's going to be like that. And he's like, you know, you need to watch out because, you know, I'm manly, so to speak. And then as he's starting to take off, he kind of trips a little bit.
Yep. Yep.
And it was like that the whole movie. Like he's, you know, she's grew up in the Girl Scouts and, you know, she's just handling it like a champ the whole time, you know. And she
sure did.
And he's just following her. And it was just it was perfect, man.
Yeah,
those scenes were perfect. What about you? You got another one?
I just have a couple more. The shooting stars scene, they're kind of laying down and looking up, and they have just, and I won't go into, you know, all the details, but they do have sort of deeper discussions. It's kind of like whoever sees a shooting star gets to ask the other person, right, a question. Right. And that's where you really find out that, you know, he's really afraid to meet the investor because the investor might say yes. You know, and it's scary to him. And she's, you know, and she kind of encourages him in that moment because she is this very successful, you know, owner of this company. And she's like, do you know how many times I had to fail? So I thought it was great that they made her character, you know, a very strong, confident, independent businesswoman who is also kind and, you know, freely gives advice, cares about her employees, encourages other people. So but their discussion, you know, because she says something like, she's never worked so hard for so little in return. I think she says something like that. And she says she doesn't want people to think she couldn't hack it. And he's like, couldn't hack it? Like, you started one of the most successful clothing. What are you talking about, you know? And
that's when I was talking about the advice taking. Like, they're good at giving the advice, but not taking the advice.
Not taking it themselves. Yeah. So I love that shooting stars, you know, scene. And they also make a stowaway comment, which we didn't mention, which happens at the beginning, right? And he's like, because she says, oh, so you were a stowaway, because he was pretending to be a flight attendant. And then she finds out, and he's like, what is this, 1850? Like, no, you know, who uses stowaway, you know? And that becomes kind of a common joke, you know, it's sprinkled throughout the movie about the stowaway part. So, but yeah, that was another favorite scene than the shooting stars, where they have sort of deeper conversations and you really get to know, they're getting to know each other and we're getting to know them really well. So what about you? Any more?
My last one is when they decide they're going to steal the boat from the pirates, and they're kind of hiding at the edge of the jungle, waiting for the pirates to walk away. And when they finally do, they take off down to the boat, and there's a jet ski off to the side too. And it was so funny because Lacey, Sofia, she picks up the anchor and throws it into the back of the boat and goes, did you see how fast I did that? I mean, she was like so excited.
She was so proud of herself.
And it's funny because, you know, we watch these twice. We watch it the first time just to enjoy it, and the second time to just kind of take notes. And I didn't realize she said that until the second time we watched it. And that was
I didn't either until you said that. I didn't even hear it the second time, and you're like, did you just hear her say that?
Yeah, it was.
And
so
we
funny.
Rewound it to that part. It was cute.
And then they jump onto, they can't get the boat started. The pirates start running down the beach. They jump on the jet ski, and that scene there was good too, because she starts to realize that she can do this, and then she's having this conversation. When I get back, we're gonna do this, and he's like, "Watch out for the tree," and "Watch out for the branches." And that was just a really well shot scene.
I agree. I had that as not my last favorite. I mean, I enjoyed the whole movie, don't get me wrong. But like, as far as favorite scenes, the jet ski is what I had when they're on the jet ski. And like you just said, she's getting serious, and he's like, maybe we can talk about this later, because she's driving, the jet ski. And he's like, we can, she's like, yeah. So he's maybe we could table this for when we're not on the jet ski running from pirate, or, trying to escape pirates. So that was really cute.
That was funny. That was so funny.
It was cute. Yep.
So do you have any more cheers? Or
no, I think that wraps it up for me. I think we need to go to Fiji. Looks beautiful. They film there, right?
Right. But I want to be on the side of the resort. I don't want to be trying to survive on the other side.
I want to be on the side of the resort as well. Yes. I would not like to be Survivor. That's why I've never sent in an audition for Survivor, because I don't want to do that.
I'm not doing that. No.
I mean, if you have to, you have to. You do what you have to do to survive, and we would, of course. And that was just what was so great about the movie too, is what they used, what they utilized, what they had, left over, and how they used it. It was just, there were so many cute and fun moments, which I know we're going to get into Cheers, but
yeah,
I won't go any further, because I know we're going to talk about stuff in Cheers.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool that they used her clothing, they used his chef knives, and
right,
so they worked together and got it done.
Right.
All right, so let's get into some cheers.
All right, why don't you go first? Your cheers. What are some cheers from you?
I just really loved how they made Sofia such a caring person of her employees. She was always talking about, this is my company, because her ex-husband was wanting to sell his shares because the company had been stagnant for a year or two. And she's like, well, it's my responsibility. I'm responsible for their jobs and for their livelihoods. And, what am I going to do? And I just love that they made her like that.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was great. And she mentions it frequently throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, not like every 5 minutes, but she does say they have bills to pay. They have mortgages to pay. Right. And she is a boss who cares about her employees. I mean, sometimes, companies change or fail or become under new management or whatever, and things do change and employees get let go. But she was really trying to avoid all that. Yeah. Right. And she cared about her employees. And what was great too was she realized when they were on the island that because she started making clothes for them to wear, right? So she realized that was really her passion, and she had gotten away from it. And it's true, you start off that way, but you also have to have the business side. Somebody's got to do the business side of it also. Exactly. And she just said she got pulled more and more away, and she wanted to get back into it. She hadn't lost her passion, but I guess maybe a little bit, but she just wasn't doing that as much as she used to, because the company had grown so much. So, yeah, I mean, I think for me, a big cheer is, we talked about it right out of the gate, was the chemistry between the two of them and how they built it up throughout the movie. And I would recommend everybody go watch it, because it's just a fun ride, really.
It is. Throughout the entire movie.
I love that she's not a damsel in distress. Mm-hmm. I love that she's the one who says they should build shelter. Yes. She's the one who says that. And like you said, because I think she's even like, hey, we can use your knives, Right. And so she's not just ideas, she's about action, and she kind of led the charge in that way a lot of the time. And I like that they didn't just make her scream I mean, yeah, she screamed when a mosquito, or whatever kind of, but I would too. If I'm in a jungle and something flies by me, I'm going to freak out a little bit, But they didn't have her. She wasn't like this. She wasn't like this hysterical woman in the woods, or, oh, I can't touch that. She got right in it. Right. And I love that they made her that way. I love that they wrote the character that way.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah.
My next cheer was, she she had I think it was a quote. She said, I guess we need to get lost in order to find ourselves.
Yeah.
When they were laying down watching the stars.
Yeah.
I think that's when it said that. And I thought that was so interesting, the way
It's
she
such a
said
good, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's such a good sentiment, really, because
Right.
sometimes, like what's the phrase? Those who wander are not lost.
right.
Like you might be trying to find, or you're exactly where you need to be. You just don't realize it at the moment. And so, that was really. I think I wrote that down too as one of the. Yeah, it's kind of like we needed to get lost to find, and it's true because they did both come to realizations, right, separately about themselves.
Yeah. And
So.
it was
And each
good.
other. They kind of liked each other a little bit.
A little bit. So,
Another
you have any
cheer for me would be I wasn't expecting the adventure. I really enjoyed that. I thought they threw it in there really well, and it was really well done. And then you find out about the pirates at the end, and
The role
and like we
playing,
we talked about the jet ski and when they did the Tarzan the swing, with the. I thought that was. I was not expecting that. I really, truly was not expecting as much as we got from that part of it. And so that was very pleasantly surprising.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Yeah. Did you have any other cheers?
No, that was it for me. What about you?
The kiss, so they have the jet ski, then the swerving, and then they do the vine, right? The vine, the Tarzan swing. And all that was brief, but then they kiss, right? Right before, is it right before they're found?
Yeah.
I think so. They have this kiss, and it's just brief, but it's in the perfect moment.
Yeah.
They finally, come together. So I really enjoyed that. That would be a cheer for me. And then finally, I would just say that I wasn't expecting to get as much film as we got after they were found.
Right.
Like usually,
Exactly.
you find them and they kiss and they realize they love each other and then you move on. But there was more story after they're found, and I thought that was great.
Yeah, there was probably another 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah,
or so.
I was kind of surprised by that. I was like, "Oh, they got more. We're going more still." So I really enjoyed that part of it also.
Let me just say another scene I forgot to mention was when they're running from the pirates and there's like nowhere else to go, right? He picks up this big branch and he tells her to get behind him. And as the pirates start to get closer, you hear this helicopter in the background, and it lands on a golf course, and he turns around and he's like, what?
Yeah.
And then when he finds out that it's their role playing, they're not real pirates, he was like, "You're kidding me."
You gotta be joking.
It was just so good. And
They're like, wait a minute. The resort is on the other side, right on the other side of this island that we're at. Yeah, it was kind of it was cute. Yeah, when Julian and her friend Miranda, and who, by the way, we haven't really talked about Miranda, her like her associate her assistant. I don't know, was she her assistant or just another associate at the?
Up, yeah.
She was great too. I really enjoyed that actress in that role. Mm-hmm. Because we saw her quite a bit actually throughout the film. I thought she was great. I thought Julian was great. Lance was a great character because he was kind of like the Debbie Downer, like the serious, like, we're never getting off this island or whatever, and then Max, Ian Harding's character would be like, wow, I'm really going to miss you, when you try to go find, because he was so like, you're not going to find the black box, or whatever. So I thought that the supporting cast was great as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It truly was. And I love how in the end they're all sitting at his restaurant and they're eating, how do you pronounce it? Ceviche, the fish salad. Ceviche, yeah.
Ceviche.
And it's the shipjack. I think it was the fish that they actually stabbed on the island, on the other side of the island before they realized that they were on a resort island. And he used that in his menu, so I thought that was pretty cool.
That was a cool full circle moment, for them. Yeah, I thought that was great.
So that was good.
Yeah.
So
any jeers for you?
just the green screen.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
And it wasn't bad. It wasn't
it
wasn't terrible in this one.
And maybe it wasn't because, cameras nowadays, the field of depth is so like, ooh, you can't really
okay,
tell
maybe it was.
sometimes.
Maybe it wasn't.
But
Yeah.
if it was a green screen, I just feel like if you're shooting in a hangar, there's got to be some jet that you could put out there that you can just shoot real quick. But hey, whatever.
I don't know. We're not in
works.
production, so we don't know.
What about you? Did you have a jeer?
If it was a green screen, you know how I feel about that, but I understand. But and that one wasn't. If it was, it wasn't awful. I'll just say that. And if it wasn't a green screen and it kind of looked like one, that's not great either. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
There were a couple times, and this is more of like a fun jeer. It's not even like a negative thing about the movie. But so Lance, when we first see him, he's like the co-pilot, right, on the plane, and he's got this strong Australian accent, right?
Yeah.
You don't hear it for the rest of the movie.
Right.
Like you hear it in that one point, and then and it's just so funny. And he's actually, I think he's Australian or from New Zealand, or I'd have to look that up. But I think he really, does have that accent. But it was just like it was like pick a lane. Do you have the accent? Do you not? I don't know. And then Julian, I think that actor is from New Zealand, and at first I didn't hear an accent, but then when they got on the island, I heard it creep in more. So I just sort of felt like. Yeah. Either do it or don't, that's kind of where I was with that. And it didn't bother me. I just thought it was kind of funny because, I noticed that.
Yeah, it creeped out every once in a while.
Yeah, you could definitely tell. Like you can hear it and you're like, oh, there's something there. So, but that's not even really a jeer. That's just Right. And I like that. I also like that Julian is the eternal optimist to Lance's, eternal pessimist. I thought that was a good, back and forth. So that's why I said that the supporting cast was really great too. And, and Miranda to Sofia, they were very supportive of one another. And there wasn't this, like, they didn't make these women, have a cat fight or, hate each other, or Miranda wasn't trying to scheme to take the company while she was stranded, or
And that's funny because
anything
I
like that.
was thinking, are they going to go that way when we were getting into the movie? Was Miranda?
Yeah.
Oh, she's stranded, and
Yeah.
But I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, they did not, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that I will say to wrap it up is at the beginning, Max says, "Hey, buddy," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Pauly Shore,"
Yes.
all I could think about I guess if you're our age or maybe a little bit younger, Pauly Shore, especially in like the movie Son-in-Law. I think he says that a lot in that movie, like, "Hey, buddy," and I don't know if Ian Harding is friends with Pauly Shore, or if that's a shout out to someone that he admires in the comedy world. I have no idea,
Right.
but I just thought that was.
It
has to be.
As soon as he said it, you were like, "Oh my God, that's Pauly Shore."
That's Pauly Shore. That's got to be a shout out to him or
That's
something.
funny.
I mean, maybe not, but it sure seemed like it. That was an awfully specific way to say that. So
I remember it because we all used to go around and go, "Hey, buddy," or,
hey,
"What's up?"
buddy,
Yeah.
or that was kind of his shtick, right?
Yeah.
Like Pauly Shore. Yeah. So
All right.
that's
well,
it. Yeah,
is that a wrap?
I think that's a wrap.
All right. So out of 5 corks, how many would you give it?
I would have to say, and I'm going to try not to do this, I'm going to try to be I have to give it a 5. Honestly, 5 corks.
Yes.
I'm giving it a 5 corks just because it surprised me in the best way.
Right.
I thought it was really well done. I thought Lacey Chabert was great in it. Her delivery of that particular character was fantastic. I thought Ian Harding, he's always great. He hasn't let us down yet. And his delivery of like that, that wit, which, I love, and like, kind of like the sarcastic, he's just so good. And then he can rein it in with the charm, and make it not witty in a mean way, but in a fun way. And I thought it was so great. And when he was serious, he was great too. He can really bring it, and So I love that. And like I said, the supporting cast I thought really worked in the movie. Now, it's still a Hallmark movie, right? The plane crashes, they all survive. Their luggage all washes up on shore. They end up with their knives and her clothes and, and things, but to help them out a little bit, which is fine. But, and I really liked how they did what were the pirates? What'd you say? A part of a...
They were role-playing.
Role-playing, yeah, like from that resort, right?
It was a package you could purchase if you were staying on the island.
Right, and so the pirates thought they were part of it.
Right.
Right, so they were chasing them, and I just thought it all worked. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the shoot. I enjoyed the acting. I'm going to give it a 5 corks. How about you? My first one of the year. And I know we need to be selective, but I can't help it because I did really enjoy it that much.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And the pirates were actually part of the resort area. It was the guests that were immersed into the role playing.
Oh, so they were like hired actors for the role playing with the guests that were okay.
You really got a career in this.
Yeah.
And the pirates were like, yeah, thanks, man. I'm going to give it 4 3/4.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're not quite going to go a 5, but I got you.
I mean, yeah, it's a great start to the new year.
I think so. I
I
agree with you. It's a great start to the year. It's a great start to winter escape movies. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm here for it.
I'm here for it, and I'm so happy that they're like the rest of them are in different locations around the globe.
Yeah, that's how
I'm looking forward to it. So
yeah, it's going to be a good trip around the globe, right?
Yeah, it is. So get your passport.
5 weeks.
So is that a wrap?
That is a wrap.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening, and also now watching. Follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on social media so you don't miss a thing. Until next time, cheers.